McGregor is here for a Beak and nail trim, but he's got something else going on. Do you want to play Spot the Problem? The issue is visible in this clip. See if you can figure it out before I tell you. McGregor's owner also signed him up for some foot oiling, so let's get to it. McGregor is one of those birds where I need to use more restraint. I'm using what's called the C-hold. I have one finger here, and then I have another finger on the other side. Here it is from behind, and this holds his head still. I'm first taking off the excess length from his beak. Next, I'm going to use a ceramic bit on my rotary sander to smooth out the keratin and even out that double layer he has going on. Beaks are just like fingernails. They're constantly growing and they're made of keratin. So what I'm removing is the outer layer of keratin, which would be similar to the end of your fingernail. I would like to try to give his beak a little bit more of a rounded, natural point at the end, but he's not really letting me do that. And that's okay. Next, I'm going to use this organic cold-pressed fair trade coconut oil. Coconut oil is naturally antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal, and it softens things up. Which leads me to that problem I told you about. We're going to let that marinate. While that oil's soaking in, I'm going to go ahead and give him a nail trim. Now I need both of my hands for this, so I'm no longer doing the C-hold on his head. This does leave me quite vulnerable to bites, but he's keeping himself really distracted with that towel, so we're going to keep on going. As always, the towel is really not here as any type of restraint, it's just here as a distraction. Once I've clipped off the excess on his nails, I'm using my ceramic bit to round the tips so that he's more comfortable to handle. Rounding the tips is also important to keep the bird from snagging on things around the home or in their cage. Just like the parrot's beak, its talons are made of keratin, and there is a blood vessel inside, which we must avoid. Otherwise, if I nick it, McGregor could bleed, and then neither of us are going to be very happy about that. But luckily for both of us, this has been a pretty smooth sailing nail trim, and neither of us has had to shed any blood. And when dealing with a slightly grumpy Amazon parrot, I would call that a win any day. Next, it's time for the promised coconut oil foot massage. This is a really nice extra step that helps add some moisture to the feet and give them a little bit of protection. These birds are from South America, where it's much more humid all year round. Their scaly feet are not really adapted to cold Ohio dry air. So sometimes it's just a nice added touch to give them a little bit of extra moisturization. Additionally, the massaging action helps improve their circulation and could even affect the flexibility of the feet. A massage is a massage after all, and I sure feel a lot better after I get one. It's been years, but I still remember. And now for the big reveal. Did you spot the clogged nair? Also, thanks to dry air, he has a small amount of buildup clogging his nostril. Luckily, the coconut oil softened it right up, and now he can breathe easy again. Here was McGregor before we got started. Now can you spot the clogged nostril? His owner didn't know this was going on, so I was really glad to clear this up for them. McGregor's face and feet are feeling fine. He's freshly trimmed, oiled, and polished. Perfect!